Hello guys, welcome back to Pause and welcome to a very quick Planet Coaster update. So alongside the Ghostbusters DLC yesterday, a new 1.12 update was also released for free, alongside a brand new ride which can be downloaded from Steam. It is an add-on ride. You do have to specifically choose to download this. That's due to it just being a slightly different age rating to the rest of the game. Just because it's got shooting content. But there's all details down in the description how you can download this ride. But today we'll just show you through that. Have a quick look at the targets that have been added. So yeah, and then we'll go into the odd few things that have been added in 1.12. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the content. And if you want to check out all the Ghostbusters related stuff, we've got a full dive into the pack and also a campaign series here on the channel, so do check that out if you are interested. So the first thing that we will cover today, we'll look at the quick draw in a few seconds, is the brand new biome, which is free, added in 1.12. So this is the new biome. It's city biome. It's got some city sound effects, which you might hear in the background. So yeah, it's very similar to, I think, Alpine, but it's nice. It looks nice on the horizon. One of the new differences with this biome is the new terrain paints you get with it. So if we just have a look on here, there are different types of concrete and city tarmacs, which are new to this biome. So there's a normal city tarmac and then there's a city tarmac worn. So these can these look really good at making city parks and just generally just car parks is be useful for. So that's obviously got the cracks in there, and this one's a little bit more standard. But yeah, very good addition to the already amazing biomes in the game. Now, in terms of other new features in terms of 1.12, there's not much that they've announced anyway. There might be some behind the scenes stuff, but they haven't really mentioned any kind of bug fixes or anything else. At least not that I can find yet at the time of recording this video. But one thing that has been added in 1.12 is a brand new scenery category. So it's in here in props, and then it's under targets. You do have these brand new triggers, these brand new targets, which work with the new quick draw ride. So the way these work is that there are 3 different variants of each one. I did quickly show these off in the Ghostbusters video, but I'll quickly show you them now. So you have these 3 which are on little stanchions. You have, again, the same 3, but these ones are a little bit lower. These have different functions, so these just flip straight up, these ones sort of spring up. You'll see them when we've got the ride in a second. And then you have some flat targets of the same 3 sizes. So it just gives you a couple of options. So to see in-game how these look and how these work, I will show you by jumping on the ride. So very similar to how the brand new Ghostbusters Experience ride works. You can test out the shooting ride yourself by clicking this to fire, and all the shooting ride and trigger and stuff are here, which I'll show you in a second how that all works. But first of all, we'll jump on the ride so you can see how these triggers work. So there's 2 different modes of the shooting ride. This one's kind of got a free look, a free control of the mouse, but it basically only gives you the view of where the car is. I'll show you the other version in a second. So it counts down. As the targets flip out, you just fire and you get points. You can set how many points each target is worth, and also you can link them up to all sorts of stuff. Well, again, I'll show you in a few minutes. But using this kind of new ride system like this, you can do little sections like that where it stops. Each target is triggered, so it works really well. By missing a shot, you do lose your streak. And that's where you get most of your points, by keeping your streaks. Oh, I didn't see the little ones up there. Oh, damn, missed some. Oh, a little shootout now with the car in front. So you see the way you can sort of hide them over different stuff in different bits of theming, behind theming, in front of theming. So you could put pirates or ghosts or any sort of thing down really, and give the impression that you are shooting at that kind of thing. I mean, as of yet, you can't use normal animatronics as targets, which is a slight shame, but I can understand why. It is still quite a new mechanic. Little smiley face. Nice little touch. There we go. And then that should take us out to the end. Oh, one sneaky one at the end. And then back. Oh no! I was going to say back into station, but no, we've still got a few more here. And there we go. Back in the station. Sweet. So that is how it works with the new shooting ride. The quick draw, it's called. So to quickly show you a little bit of how it works then. So if we jump into here, so edit the shooting ride, you click on this bad boy, and then as you would expect with the rest of the game, you basically connect targets by clicking this button. So you can put any kind of target around, whether it be these, or even if you're using the Ghost, which I did in Ghostbusters, but these are the free ones. You click this button and literally select the ones you want to add to the ride. You can drag or whatever you want. Press confirm and it'll add them to the list. If you want to change individual target points, click on the individual target. Like this. Once it loads, bear with. So you click on the target, and then this is where you can choose the points. It tells you where it's connected to, and as with everything else that's an animation in the game, you can choose to have it activated on trigger, as a lot of these are in this ride. So, for example, this section here, where this door opens and everything pops out. That will be part of the trigger sequence. So we have a look on here. You'll see it's number 3. So quite intense. You've got the coast doors which open, and then followed by all the little triggers coming down, and then activating the cowboy. So that's how this is all working, all set up. So you're using the triggers with the targets to make a pretty decent ride, if we're being honest. Again, very good, whoever's put this together. Same with the Ghostbusters Experience one. It's really, really well done. So yeah, that's a quick look at the quick draw and how you can sort of put stuff together using the new triggers and all that kind of stuff. The only other new feature which I need to show, which has been added in 1.2, which is quite useful for this kind of ride when you're setting up your triggers, is show car direction arrows, which is this bad boy here. So now this will show you which direction the car is facing at any given time, and that's obviously useful for deciding on where to put stuff. And triggers and effects and all that kind of thing. And again, another thing which will help with this are the 2 different options for the ride, which I did mention earlier. So you have, if I can find them, I have to close it first. Okay, so back on the edit shooting ride, you can choose for either infinite ammo, or they have to have a certain amount. If you obviously deselect that, you can choose exactly how much they want. So the options you've got is free camera shooting on or off. So currently it's off, so that gives you basically the camera angle is where the ride is pointing, and that is the only angle you get to see, and you can shoot around that angle only. Or you can turn that on, and it basically gives you 360 degrees of firing using the mouse. So basically wherever you aim, the camera will move around. So those are the 2 options there. And the other option, you've got player train triggers only. So while you are in shooting ride, so when you are playing it first person, only your train will activate the triggers. So it just makes it a bit easier to get the targets and stuff. But obviously if you want it realistic, I'd deselect that. So that's generally the quick draw and the changes in 1.2. Like I said, there's not much in terms of bug fixes, or at least anything they have mentioned. If anything more comes out of any update in terms of bug fixes and other improvements, I will do another video and let you know. But as of right now, this is it. This is update 1.2. New biome, this guy, and the new ride, which again I will mention is a separate download. So you do have to download this on Steam. It's technically a DLC, but it is free, completely free to do. And again, I'll put the information down below for how you can download it if you haven't done so already. So that'll do us for today's very quick update on Planet Coaster. As mentioned before, if you want to check out all the Ghostbusters stuff, have a look on the channel. There's plenty of videos from the past couple of days looking at all of that. And yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all the content. Fancy a chat, head over to Twitter and Discord. If you want to help us out, do that by going to the Patreon page. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.